ICC Athletics is being presented by the ICC Alumni Association, the Bank of Okolona, the ICC BSU, Choice Pond with locations in Tupelo and Fulton, Buddy Long and the Tupelo Coca-Cola Bottling Works, Food Giant, the ICC Foundation, your Etowah County Farm Bureau agent Joey Cox, Little Caesars, Renaissance Bank, Sonic, and the ICC Wesley Foundation. And welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another edition of Live with the Tribe here on Let'sGoICCTV.com, the Red Channel. I'm Adam Gore, and I tell you what, we've got a big interview today, and when I say big, you'll see here shortly, it's a big dude. Ray Williams, our defensive line football coach, is going to come in and talk with us, talk a little football, but mainly going to talk about his powerlifting career and some of the other aspects of life. Knowing Big Ray, it's going to be a good interview, so you'll want to be sure to stay tuned for that. So we're going to step away, hear a few words from our sponsors, and let you know how you can get tickets to this year's ICC Bluegrass and Gospel Concert as well. That's coming up on March the 3rd at the Davis Event Center. So don't go anywhere, folks. We'll be back with more with Live with the Tribe right after this. Etowah Community College presents the 22nd Annual Bluegrass and Gospel Concert benefiting the ICC Foundation on Saturday, March 3rd at the Davis Event Center in Fulton. This year's performers include the Isaacs, Rhonda Vincent and the Rage, Aaron Wilburn, Christy Miller, and Doyle Lawson and Quicksilver. $20 general admission and $30 reserved seating can be purchased online at iccms.edu/concert. Doors open at 2, music starts at 4. For more information, visit iccms.edu or call 862-8039. That's the ICC Bluegrass and Gospel Concert on Saturday, March 3rd in Fulton.
I love these soft pretzel twists.
They're so soft and salty, I like to sample them. That was a tongue twister!
Here's another one. Peter Piper picked a pack of perfect pretzels.
Hold up. Your last name is Piper?
Try a new warm and buttery soft pretzel twist with the Sonic Fruit Fizz. This is how you Sonic.
When I think of potential, I think of a matchstick. When a matchstick reaches its potential, it releases a flame that ignites everything around it. 2018 brings new potential for you and your life at Itawamba Community College, where you are each empowered to do great things. You can be better, accomplish more, and live a life that is above the bar. Your potential is here.
And welcome back Live with the Tribe as we're joined by Coach Ray Williams. As you can tell, a little bit of size difference right here between me and Ray. Coach, appreciate you taking time out of your day. I know you got a very busy schedule, a lot coming up for you right now. Let's just start off by telling everybody a little bit about yourself. Where you from, where you went to high school, college, and kind of introduce yourself to the ICC family.
What up, though? All right. I'm 31 years old. I'm from Demopolis, Alabama. If you don't know where Demopolis is, find Meridian, go east on the map, and you'll run right across it. I went to Demopolis High School, of course, small town, one high school. UT Martin, out of high school, I was there for 4 years, got my bachelor's. Did my master's at Western Kentucky, and now I'm here at ICC trying to get a doctorate degree.
And one thing now, Ray is a very humble guy. You were an All-American at UT Martin, all-conference as well, so kind of got a pretty good little pedigree about yourself.
Yeah, it's all about work ethic with me. Like, if you believe in something, you love something, you give it your all. And that's how I've always been, so I was brought up.
All right, well, say you're working on your doctorate. Where are you doing that at?
University of Memphis.
Online classes or going back and forth? Or
Monday and Wednesday, I have the undaunting task of driving to Memphis every day, every Monday and Wednesday.
So that's the reason why we're saying this guy's got a very busy schedule here. Now, you and I both came to ICC around the same time. I was 2010, I think you late 2010, early 2011?
Early 11.
Early 11. So just talk about your time here at ICC since then.
Oh, man, my time here has been almost like I was actually talking to one of my coworkers about that the other day. Like, it don't seem like you've been here this long. Like, I was sitting back like, man, I'm about to go into my 8th season here. Like, man, but my time here has been good. It's been a blessing. It's allowed me to do a lot of growth, a lot of growing, as not only as a man but as a coach, as a father, as a power lifter, like, and now in about a year I'll be able to say as an educator because working on my doctorate. So being here at ICC has allowed me it's given me the, I guess you could say, the privilege or the opportunity to grow in so many ways.
Now, you just got back from Oakland, California. You had your own, I guess, was it your meet? Because it had your name on it.
It was a meet done by SPS,
Okay.
which is a gym out in Oakland, California. He just gave me and another fellow powerlifter by the name of Ken Walford the honor of naming the meet after us.
All right, now, so while you were out there, you squatted 1,030 pounds?
Mm-hmm.
All right, now this is going to sound like a dumb question, okay? But I'm willing to say, it's safe to say that 95% of people in the world will never know what it feels like to move over 1,000 pounds. What can you describe it, or what does it feel like when you basically put a half a ton on your back and you don't lift it, you move it, because that's a lot of weight?
Man, it's one of them deals where I can honestly say I'm blessed. Because honestly, truthfully, if you come in the fitness center, you see what I'm doing. I'm not doing anything that pretty sure any lifter in America is not doing. It's just, I think when it comes to my powerlifting, I can honestly say I have divine favor. Like, there have been so many chances, there have been so many spaces in my career where I should have been hurt. I should have not been doing what I was doing, but I did it anyway. And don't know why, but for some reason, God always sees me through.
How long have you been powerlifting?
Since October 8th, 2012. That was when I did my first meet over in Peppertown.
How did you get into it? I mean, I know kind of like a family member kind of introduced you to it.
Mm-hmm.
Tell everybody how you got into powerlifting.
Well, me and my brother got into a Facebook argument about who could bench 500 first. And that's what we did. We pretty much posted videos of our progressions. And eventually I won. But, it's kind of like I was telling the work study here that, when you go into a gym, there are going to be several strong people there. Like, people are strong. But only a select handful. There's that 1% that are just abnormally strong. And it got to the point down in the fitness center where I had messed up every bar that they had. So I'm like, okay, maybe I'm in that 1%. So maybe I should take this to another level.
Yeah, and he has done that. We'll talk about that a little bit more. Now, for those that may not be familiar with the sport of powerlifting, you got three lifts: bench, deadlift, powerlifting, or squat.
Yes, sir.
Which that's what you're known for around the world. What are your personal best? Like, I know in competition you've got your competition best.
Yes,
Talk
sir.
about those, but if you just got in the gym one day mad, and lifted something just a crazy number, what is your official personal best and your personal best that you've gained that hasn't been on record yet?
The only one that I can really speak of, all my competition personal best are my actual personal best. The only personal best that I haven't done on the platform is bench. I think down here one day I did like 555, and my competition best is like 545. I hate bench press.
Why is that?
I just, from playing college ball, when you play D-line, you're taught to use your hands, get extension and separation on people. And I developed a nasty bit of tendonitis. And once that weight hits a certain level or a certain percentage, I always end up getting a tendonitis flare-up, and it just sucks.
Yeah. We're talking with defensive line coach here at ICC, Coach Ray Williams. Now, Coach, when you first started powerlifting, like you said, back in 2011, did you, at any point, ever imagine that you would reach this level of success where you're known worldwide? People know the name Ray Williams. You're traveling around the world for competitions. I know you're starting to do a lot of like where you're coaching people up, doing meets like that. You have become this face of the sport of powerlifting. Did you ever think that you would get to that point?
No. Like I said, I knew I was different in the gym just by what I was able to do here on a very, very small, unnoticeable level. But once I got out there, I kind of just took a look around, like, the world squat record is like 860. I did 800 at my first meet, and I know I had more in the tank. So I kind of knew I could make a little bit of noise. But where I'm at today, it's like I said, I got to go back to what I said earlier. Like, I honestly believe that this is what I'm supposed to do. it's definitely a little bit of divine intervention going on because, I mean, it's hard for me to explain. I came from working out in the fitness center here at ICC to where now I have people that contact me all the time, like, man, if you need some, let us know. We'll get it to you. I got people that want to fly me to China. I think in May I'm going to the United Kingdom. Like, people just want me to come places and talk. Like, it blows my mind. Like, people want me, country dude from Demopolis, to just come talk to people. Like, really?
It's got to be a pretty cool feeling, though.
I just say I'm blessed. My thing is I never want my success to absorb me. You know, I never want it to be a situation where you're bigger than what you think. You outgrow your britches, so to speak.
Yeah.
And I'll never do that. Like,
All right, let's go back. Your first international competition, I think, what, South Africa? That's where you went? All right, look back then where you were, and then kind of recall that. You know, what was it like? I know it had to be big time nervous for you, and then compare that meet to now where you're like the guy, the headline guy at pretty much every meet you go to. You know, kind of compare those two moments from now, whenever you used to step under the weights and when you step under the weights now.
just a different mindset. I mean, when I went to South Africa, I had so much going on. And, you knowing me as long as you have, some of those things that I was going through at the time. It was rough. It was a rough patch in my life. But once it came time to compete, once it came time to do what I had got there to do, I wasn't going to fail the people. Because at that time, I wasn't sponsored. At that time, I didn't have people that were like, hey, we'll make sure you get there. We'll make sure you're comfortable. Everything's paid for. I didn't have that. But I did have a team of people that saw something in me, that wanted me to be successful. And my thing was, and it still is, I represented more than me. I'm not going to let these people down. And there were several people from Fulton, including yourself, that, helped me get to that stage. And I wasn't going to let those people down. So for me, it wasn't about the competition. It wasn't about the weight. It wasn't about the records. It was about representing where I came from and the people that had invested in me.
That's a good message to tell anybody. It doesn't have to be in powerlifting or anything, It's one of those messages of, once we do reach a certain level of success, there's those people that help us along the way. And I think that's a good way you can kind of give back to your players as well. You can use yourself as an example. Talk about that and how you use your platform now to kind of revert back to your players that you coach on the defensive line.
First thing I want anybody I ever coach to know, when we step into that field house, I'm no longer a powerlifter. I'm a coach. My job has nothing to do with anything I've done outside this building because it's all about those guys. Those guys are special to me, and it's not because we get paid to coach them. It's because at one point in time, I was them. I didn't know much about football. I didn't know much about the world. Small town guy just out there. And somebody had to take me and be like, look, man, this is how the world is. Because what a lot of these kids have against them, and I don't necessarily mean against them, it's just, your parents are always going to be your biggest supporter. They're always going to catch you when you fall. They're always going to be there. They're going to be that safety net from life. Well, when you reach a certain age, that safety net's not going to be there. And, it's our job as coaches to let these kids know that life is cruel, life has no mercy, and life will chew you up and spit you out if you go out there unprepared. So that's what I take. That's the specialness of my job. I get to take kids and look, it's bigger than football. It's bigger than powerlifting. You have to prepare yourself to be a provider. And the only way I can do that is by being as honest and as real as possible with these kids. That's why I love my job. I love the kids I coach. And that's one of the things, that's one of those elements of growth that I talked about that has came from being here.
I know you're a lot like Lee, Raphael, and myself. When you see these kids come through ICC and reach certain milestones of success in their life, it makes you feel good. Just talk about when you see these kids that you did have a role in their lives succeed, whether it be on the football field, in life, get married, go have family, kids, establish themselves as adults. How does that feel?
It feels good. And I can give you an example. And I'm going to throw their names out there. Terrence Jones from Bruce, Mississippi. Kenny Wooten from Meridian, Mississippi. Quindare Staggart from Laverne, Alabama. Naquez Pringle from Carver Bay, South Carolina. All those kids right now have at least one degree under their belt. Thaggart, who's at UAB, he has two. He's already got his bachelor's from UAB. He has one more year, so he'll be able to take that year and work on his master's. You know, that's something that you can't take away from these kids. Once you get your name printed on that degree, it can't be taken from. No one can take that from you. And being that, you know, they're talented enough to play college football. Otherwise, they wouldn't be here. No one will recruit them. But the thing is, when it comes to getting a degree, not everyone leaves college with a degree. If you look at the Libra scales of success and failure rates in JUCO, it's more on the failure side than it is on the success side. But that being that I can say the kids that came here and were under our tutelage while I was here, most of my kids have degrees. So that's one avenue they'll be able to put on the table when it's time to jump into the real world to say, hey, I started at ICC. ICC gave me a foundation to where I can go out, start a life, and support a family.
Most definitely. Now, let's get back to a little bit of powerlifting.
Okay.
You got the Arnold coming up soon.
Yep.
There's a lot of people who may not know what that is. Tell everybody what that is, when it is, where it is, and more about that.
The Arnold Sports Classic is a huge conglomerate of barbell sports. Anything that's considered a sport is at the Arnold. Karate, you know, those church people that travel and they break bricks and rip phone books, they'll be there. Anything, CrossFit, powerlifting, strongman. The world of strength sports, dancing, athlete will be in the Columbus Convention Center in Columbus, Ohio, the weekend of March 2nd through March 5th. And it's a pretty big deal. You're talking about upwards of 270,000 people.
How many years have you been part of that?
This will be my third.
I know last year you got to meet the guy that the thing was named after, Arnold
Yes.
Schwarzenegger.
Yeah.
How was that?
It was humbling. Like,
And let me interrupt. Arnold seeked him out. Now, it wasn't the fact that Ray looked for Arnold Schwarzenegger. Schwarzenegger wanted to find Ray and talk to him.
yeah, man, that was a pretty big deal. Like, you shook Arnold, you shook the Terminator's hand, the kindergarten cop. Like, you shook this guy's hand. Like, it was pretty humbling. Like, all I could do was smile. Like, this is Arnold Schwarzenegger. Now, granted, you know, it wasn't the Terminator, but it was still Arnold.
Yes, yes. Now, speaking of that, you've had guys, know, and I won't say this because Ray and I are boys. I used to pick on him a lot. I call you Mark Henry. He's one of those guys that reached out to you. So, you know, your platform is pretty big and it's worldwide, but not only is it just worldwide in powerlifting, it's worldwide in just about every aspect.
And that's because the people that have come through powerlifting, barbell sports, they all kind of still keep up with it. And I think that's what that was. You know, just congratulations, man, because, you know, Mark Henry would probably still be the man today if he didn't, you know, take that detour into the WWF or WWE. So you're talking about an Olympian. Like, he was the man. Like, you know how people always say you got big shoes to fill? Those shoes will never be filled. Like, that's one of those guys.
All right, now you talk about this event. Of course, you got to train for it.
Mm-hmm.
How do you train? Or better yet, just take us through a workout for when you're training for the Arnold. Because I'm gonna say this: Raphael and I were in the weight room, fitness center this summer, messing with Big Ray here, and he was just warming up in his deadlifts. I go there and try to pick up one single side of his deadlift warm-ups, and I couldn't even roll it. So how do you go about training for this moment?
It's hard, like, especially right now, being that I have to travel to Memphis 2 times a week. It's rough. Like, I have class from 5 to, one class is 5 to 9, the other class is 5 to 8. I don't get to the gym till after class, and this is after work. 2-hour drive to Memphis, sit in class for 3 to 4 hours. Then you got to go to the gym. You're going to be in the gym for about 2 to 3 hours. Then you got to drive 2 hours back to Fulton. So I'm up at 7, 8. I don't get to bed to 2, 3 a.m. And I got to be right back up the next day to be here and go to work. So training is rough. And then traveling back and forth doing seminars, it's rough. It's pretty rough. But the thing is, like I said, if you love something and you're internally driven, it don't matter what the obstacles are, you'll get it done.
All right, then, of course, this is a lot of wear and tear on your body. You talked about some of the times that you felt like you should have been injured, but the good Lord was looking over you. How do you heal yourself? How do you, like, overcome this? 'Cause I know, like, sometimes, like, I'll get up in the morning from sleeping funny and my neck and back hurt. So I can imagine what, you know, the stress and the repetitive lifting that you do, what that puts on your body. So how do you, I know you've got a lot of people that help you along the way with some of the things to help you recover, but how do you recover from that type of workout?
Okay, first, supplements. I'm sponsored by Redcon One now. Whatever I need, they get it to me. And when I say whatever I need, all this stuff is WAD regulated. There are no steroids. That's the World Doping Agency. These are the same people that test Olympians, NFL, NBA teams. They're the International Doping Agency. Prime example, when I landed in Oakland, I got an email, you'll be drug tested this weekend. Showed up at the gym, and sure enough, they were there. So we get drug tested on the regular. So anything I put in my body has to be legit. And for the most part, Kurt Kowalski said it best. To do this, something has to be wrong with you. Like, you have to be crazy to power lift. Because there'll be days where no matter what you do, you're going to hurt. Like last night, I deadlift 825 for a double. My hamstring's killing me right now. But figure it out, rest my body up, and I got to train tonight. So, you know, so you just got to work it out. You just got to figure it out.
All right, now on a personal level, you talked about the family. Tayshawn Daniel, these my dudes now. I've known them since they've been little. I saw a picture you posted the other day on Facebook. His kids are growing up. I mean, you see how his face lit up when you talk about his boys.
My babies.
These are his kids now. Do they go to school with their chest poked out saying, my daddy's the world's strongest man? Or how do they, or do they even know? Do they know? I mean, how do they act knowing who you are and what you do?
I don't think they boast too much about it. Like, story with my oldest son. His teacher gave him a free pass to do whatever he wanted. So he was like, I want to bring my daddy for show and tell. But that was one of those years where we had a game. We had all those Saturday games. So I couldn't get up there. So finally, he called me, and he was like, I'm just going to use my pass for some candy or something. I'm like, no. And then I started like, man, I feel terrible. So I go up there, and his teacher showed them videos, the magazines. So I walk up in there, and you would think LeBron James walking in those kids' classroom. Like, it's, man, when your kids look at you like that, because every father wants his son to look at him like Superman. They may not admit it, but they do.
Yeah.
And I just think it's awesome that I've been given the opportunity or the chance for my kids to say, I want to be like my daddy.
I think that's the goal of everybody. Ray, I know we probably went well over our time on our interview. It's been a great interview. I know you've got some people that you want to thank for your point in your career, as well as some other people that currently help you as well. So I'm just going to step aside now and let you have the floor. Take as much time as you want to thank anybody and everybody, and also those sponsors.
Like my sponsors, SBD, Raycon One, LVD. Like I have a ton of sponsors, and you never want to leave anybody out, but they're my people. They know who they are. I have to give y'all guys a shout out as well here at ICC. Normally, if I do something big, you guys are among the first to get it out there, like the Guinness Book of World Records
We
did.
talked about that. Yeah.
Like, I didn't even know I was in the Guinness Book of World Records. Like, a guy sent me a video on Facebook. I ignored him for weeks. And finally, I think I was in the bathroom or something. I'm like, let me just check this out. And I'm like, wow, I'm in the Guinness Book of World Records. And I think after I posted it, like 10 minutes later, you guys reshared it. So, it's big to know I got, support from abroad, but most importantly, you got support right here at home. So I thank you guys for everything you do for me as well.
Most definitely. Well, Ray, we're going to be keeping up with you in the Arnold. Man, great interview as all. Good grief. I'm kidding. I always do that to him. But appreciate you taking time out of the day, big man. And hey, good luck at the Arnold.
Yes, sir. Appreciate it.
We'll be back with more with Live with the Tribe right after this. This broadcast of ICC Athletics is being presented by the ICC Alumni Association, the Bank of Okolona, the ICC BSU, Choice Pond with locations in Tupelo and Fulton, Buddy Long and the Tupelo Coca-Cola Bottling Works, Food Giant, the ICC Foundation, your Etowah County Farm Bureau agent Joey Cox, Little Caesars, Renaissance Bank, Sonic, and the ICC Wesley Foundation.
Helen, don't you know Little Caesars has the extra most bestest for $6?
$6? I gotta sit down.
Yeah, it has the most cheese and pepperoni for the nation's best price.
Most cheese and most pepperoni? I gotta sit all the way down.
Get the most cheese and most pepperoni for the nation's best price. Little Caesars large $6 extra most bestest.
Pizza. We asked you to try new Coke Zero Sugar, and the verdict is in. People everywhere are loving the great Coke taste. To celebrate, we're not going to do anything over the top. Just pour Coke Zero Sugar over ice. Sit back and take it all in.
Etowah Community College presents the 22nd Annual Bluegrass and Gospel Concert benefiting the ICC Foundation on Saturday, March 3rd at the Davis Event Center in Fulton. This year's performers include the Isaacs, Rhonda Vincent and the Rage, Aaron Wilburn, Christy Miller, and Doyle Lawson and Quicksilver. $20 general admission and $30 reserved seating can be purchased online at iccms.edu/concert. Doors open at 2, music starts at 4. For more information, visit iccms.edu or call 862-8039. That's the ICC Bluegrass and Gospel Concert on Saturday, March 3rd in Fulton. And welcome back to Live with the Tribe. We do want to once again thank Coach Ray Williams for coming out and talk to us today. Just remind you that, I think it's the first weekend of March. He's going to be competing there in the Arnold. If you can keep up with him there, we'll post some stuff on letsgoicc.com as well as all of our social media. Just search Let's Go ICC on social media. You can find us there. So we talked to the world's strongest man. We're going to talk to someone just as big. Haley Boots Reed of the ICC softball team. Learn more about her in our Food Giant ICC rapid fire question with our student athlete of the week.
My name's Haley Reed. They call me Boots. I'm from Batesville, Mississippi. I play short and third base for the ICC softball team. They call me Boots because I wear boots all the time except when I'm on the softball field. Some of my favorite things to do other than play softball would probably be hunting and fishing. I picked ICC because I loved the campus and how nice everybody was. My favorite class at ICC would have to be college algebra. My favorite teacher here at ICC would have to be Bobby Gerald. My favorite memory at ICC would be when the softball team got together and we played hide and go seek, and I was trying to hide behind a building and I got stuck in a mud hole and we all had to call the baseball team to come pull me out. The biggest clown on the softball team would have to be Joe Vasquez. I think the biggest flirt on the softball team is between Olivia Burns or Brittany Adams.
And then always running late.
We never run late. Something Coach Kirk always says before games, before or after practice that really stands out to me would be you don't have to make the best play, you just have to make the routine plays. And every once in a while, a big play will come. If you're thinking about coming to ICC, I would strongly recommend it because everybody is so nice, and if you ever need help with anything, somebody is always there to help you no matter what. And there's always going to be somebody to pick you up if you're feeling down at any point in time, any day of the night, anything. Go Indians and roll Tribe.
At Food Giant, serving you is our #1 priority. We offer the freshest produce, highest quality meats, tasty baked goods, and the best meats and cheeses in our deli department. At Food Giant, you'll always find a staff member eager to help you find exactly what you need. Freshness, variety, value. Shop Food Giant today with several locations in North Mississippi.
And that's going to do it for another edition of Live with the Tribe. I tell you, this has been the third week that we've done this show. and it just seems to fly by every week. We do appreciate everyone that's tuned in here on Let'sGoICCTV.com. In case you did just now join us or miss a show from earlier this year, we will broadcast this, or I should say archive this, on our YouTube page. Just go to either YouTube, search Let's Go ICC, you can find it there, or we do have links available on our award-winning athletics site, Let'sGoICC.com. Go to, I believe, the Traditions section, and you'll see the link there as well. Well, that's going to do it. I want to say a special thank you to Ray Williams, Haley Reed for being part of the show, Lee Adams, Raphael Henry, as always, being part of the show behind the scenes, and sometimes in front of the camera. So that's going to do it. So we'll see you at the same time next Monday here on Let'sGoICCTV.com. Itawamba Community College presents the 22nd Annual Bluegrass and Gospel Concert benefiting the ICC Foundation on Saturday, March 3rd at the Davis Event Center in Fulton. This year's performers include the Isaacs, Rhonda Vincent and the Rage, Aaron Wilburn, Christy Miller, and Doyle Lawson and Quicksilver. $20 general admission and $30 reserved seating can be purchased online at iccms.edu/concert. Doors open at 2, music starts at 4. For more information, visit iccms.edu or call 862-8039. That's the ICC Bluegrass and Gospel Concert on Saturday, March 3rd in Fulton. This broadcast of ICC Athletics is being presented by the ICC Alumni Association, the Bank of Okolona, the ICC BSU, Choice Pond with locations in Tupelo and Fulton, Buddy Long and the Tupelo Coca-Cola Bottling Works, Food Giant, the ICC Foundation, your Itawamba County Farm Bureau agent Joey Cox, Little Caesars, Renaissance Bank, Sonic, and the ICC Wesley Foundation.
When I think of potential, I think of a matchstick. When a matchstick reaches its potential, it releases a flame that ignites everything around it. 2018 brings new potential for you and your life at Itawamba Community College, where you are each empowered to do great things. You can be better, accomplish more, and live a life that is above the bar. Your potential is here.